Just finished obviously talking to our team, and I thought we did a pretty good job of executing our game plan, and so this is something to continue to build off of. But I thought we came out with a sense of urgency. I thought we played hard. We just got to figure out a way to get a little bit more scoring production. We can't just rely on our interior game. To score. We need our guards to step up and knock down shots. Therefore, it will open up things for even more things for our post players. So, again, can't go 2 for 14 from the 3-point line. Got to do a better job there. And so we need some more production. We need some players to step up in that regards. But that we got off to a great start here today and had a sense of urgency, and did a great job of boxing out and rebounding and gave up 1 second chance point in the first half and 12 in the second half, and so we were out rebounding them in the first half, and then they tied it up the rest of the way there. So a lot of positives, I thought. Obviously, I thought Liatu had an unbelievable game, and we knew that the high post was going to be open, and she was going to have her opportunities both on the block and at the elbow, and she definitely took advantage of that. But I thought we did a good job of taking away their transition, and didn't give them, the majority of what they do. They score 23% of their scoring. 23% of it is in transition. So we were able to take that away with what we did. Now, they did score 25 points off our 17 turnovers. So, that's just, value. We got to value the ball. We got to do a better job. We got to take care of it because they're adding up and they hurt us.
I know you haven't looked at the film yet, but what do you think the disconnect was from going up 5 going into the second quarter and, losing the game by 13?
Well, I mean, it's a really good basketball team. A lot of firepower. We knew obviously it's a 40-minute game, and we knew they were going to go on a run, and their strength is they lead the ACC in offensive rebounding. We knew they're going to try to attack us on the boards and get second chance points, and they did that. Like I said, they got 12 points there, and then finished the game with 25 points off of our turnovers. So had we just cut our turnovers in half and took 12 of those points away, we're right there. And so that's the difference. That's the difference of the ball game right there. We got to value the ball. We got to take care of it. They had 11 on the day, and we have 17, and 25 points off of those turnovers. So that's the difference of the ball game.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about what you thought was effective and ineffective running the 1-3-1 defense? It seemed like Fair had 18 3-pointers, and you're living and dying by that, but she knocked down 6 of them.
Yeah, we weren't in a 1-3-1, but we were in a zone, and it was highly effective, and we did a great job of matching up. Offensively, they were in a 1-3-1, so that's probably why it looked like that. That's what she does. Look at how many threes, and they're deep threes. She wasn't towing the line, but she's a really good basketball player. She's confident, and that's what she does. She took 23, field goal attempts, and she steps to the line, and she was 6 for 18 on the day from 3. It felt a little bit more actually. Am I saying that right? Yeah. No, she was 6 for 18 on the day. It felt like she made a little bit more, but she's a really good basketball player, and not only can she score, but she can facilitate, and she can get her teammates open as well. And she's dynamic, and she makes them go.
Liatu was the only starter with more than 3 points. Did you feel like that was more of a reflection of your Syracuse's defense or your offense?
Well, we need some of our starters to step up and be consistent and knock down shots, and so we rely on those guys. And so I really don't care who's scoring the ball, as long as we're executing, getting the ball where it needs to be. And so like I said earlier, we need our guards to score the basketball for us, and when they get open shots, they got to attack the passes, and they got to knock them down. And I think Liatu has given us everything that she can from an offensive, perspective. But we need more people to step up and join in collectively.
Liatu, how do you feel about how you played defensively today?
I think I could have done better, honestly. But for the most part, we're in our zone. I think I listened to my teammates when I needed a bump. I was there. Just being aware. I think on a weak side, I could have rotated a little quicker, and that's something that we've been working on in practice. So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, and I'll just piggyback on that. I thought there were maybe a couple possessions, but I mean, for the most part, I don't think it was our half court defense. Like I said, they scored 25 points in transition off our turnovers. All right, and they scored 12 points off of second chance in the second half. All right, that's where the game opened up, and that's the difference of the basketball game.
Just south of 20 shots for you. Is that something you expected going into the game, or is that kind of a game flow thing to get up that many looks?
It's whatever the defense. I take whatever the defense gives me. So I know. To be in a successful spot, I do need to take shots, and so it's not like I'm forcing anything. Like the shots that I took, I don't think were forced in any way. If the defense is off, just like the first offensive possession, or I don't know if it was the first offensive possession, but the first 2 points that we got, I don't know if it was a mix-up on the defensive end, but I was wide open. So those looks, I just have to take it.
You too. How was it like playing with Jayla Jordan today as you guys were feeding each other shots on the offensive side and getting blocks on the defensive side?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. When we are connected, it's good. I'm still trying to, figure out, like, getting her the right passes in the right position, and it's vice versa.
Coach, this one's for you. For the Syracuse side of things, Deja, you talked about 20 points for Georgia Woolley as well. How much is depth playing a factor that makes Syracuse so tough to play against?
Well, I mean, not only their depth, but their bench. I mean, they're bringing in players who are and have a lot of versatility. So it's they have a lot of firepower, and they could score the basketball at all three levels. And so it's not like they're just dominant in one area. And you have a dynamic point guard who could score it. Just give her the ball. You don't need to run anything. Just give her the ball, and she just creates for herself. Like, you don't need any offense. Like, she makes Felicia look smart. And that, that's she's really good. She's really good. But at the end of the day, it's just that they have a ton of versatility. They have a ton of firepower. And they got a ton of depth. They're big. They're strong. They're athletic. Their length, bothers, opponents. We've seen it. We watch a lot of film on them, and what they do defensively too. They're disruptive in, their point zone and that they run. I thought that we did a pretty good job though of attacking the interior. I mean, there's a reason why, Liatu has, 19 field goal attempts, and she probably could add, more than that. But you look at, I'm not a mathematician, but 12 for 19 is what, 67%, I think, ish. I mean, maybe more. I don't know. All right, 60. But like, it's a high percentage. She was hunting, the middle, and she got open shots, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that. But again, the offensive rebound, they have size, they're quick, they're a good basketball team.
Liatu, this one's for you. What's that like going up against Fair? Just such a high talented player in the ACC like yourself. What's that matchup going through your head?
I mean, she's a high caliber player. We know that. We know she's going to get her team going. Like, players like that, they're hunting for their shots. So as we're going in the game, we got to pick, whether we're going to guard the three-point line, guard the interior. Our defensive plan was to guard the interior and make them shoot the threes. And like Coach said, we did good in the half court. We know she's going to get her shots, and that's what she did. But, she was 6 for 18. 18 three-point attempts is a lot. And so I think we defended her pretty well, 6 for 18. So But like I said, she's gonna get up her shot. She's a good player, so we know that. We knew that coming in.